Hi, this is Terri Levine, and I am really excited to be here with you today. We're going to be talking about the business growth system and, more importantly, how you are going to be able to get more business. And I'm joined today by my wonderful friend and great colleague and associate, Lindel James.
Hi, Terri. I'm so glad to be here, too. I just know in my heart of hearts that we're going to be able to share with folks today how they can have some amazing business breakthroughs using our system. And we're going to give you some really valuable content and just one little piece of it today. So, Terri, I'm going to turn it over to you at this point.
All right. So we're going to dig right in because we're here to give you a massive amount of content and really help you build and grow your business. We're both business growth experts, we're coaches, we're guerrilla marketing experts, and we're both from thebusinessgrowthsystem.com, and we're here to help you. So let's get rocking and rolling. I want you to think about whoever it is that you deal with in your business. You could call them clients, you could call them customers, you could call them prospects, whatever name you call them by really doesn't matter. But how is it that we get more of those? How do we get more of those people to come to our businesses? And by the way, this applies to you whether you're a retail or a service business or any kind of business, large or small. I'm going to tell you that it all depends on something called your core unique positioning statement, or as Lindel and I fondly call it, CUPS. Core unique positioning statement. And we're here today to really help you understand what that is. It's not a mission statement. It's not a vision. It's not a logo, and it's not some cutesy thing that you say, nor is it an elevator pitch. We're not looking for that. This is something that truly sets you apart from everybody else out there. So you can't be thinking of telling us that you're great at customer service, because if you're in business, quite frankly, we'd expect you to be. You can't say that you're better than your competitors and not explain why. You must be very, very specific. So I want you to take just a moment, because we're going to do some interactive things. And I want you to think, why is it that you're in the business you're currently in? Why is it? What's the passion that got you into the business and that excites you? Because our goal is to help you make profits from your passion. So take a moment, get quiet, get still with yourself and think, what am I passionate about? Because the first part of developing a core unique positioning statement comes from what you're passionate about. And if you're in a place where you can take some notes, you might want to just jot those things down. Now, let me just express to you, and just to help you, I'll give you some hints along the way. One of the reasons that I'm in the business that I'm in, helping other people with Lindel to grow their businesses and to be more profitable, is because I found I'm very passionate about that. I've been very fortunate over my 30-plus years in business to operate many, many successful businesses. And this is my way of giving back. So my core unique positioning statement is really tied into my passion. And that's where we begin a core unique positioning statement. Now you have to think a little bit about the people who are going to buy from you. Again, they could be patients or customers or whatever you want to call them, clients, it doesn't matter. Why do they buy from you? Let's say you sell computer equipment. Why your equipment? Let's say that you're a chiropractor. Why your chiropractic services? You're a coach. Why your coaching? So I want you to get very clear, take a few minutes and think about, why should people buy from me or my company versus anybody else? I'll give you an example. In our business, it's because we're the only zero-cost consulting program. Nobody else offers zero-cost consulting but us. That's very distinct, and it is a core unique positioning statement. It's part of ours. Now, take a moment and think about all those people that are out there that aren't buying from you. For whatever reason, they haven't said yes, they don't even know you exist, or they've said no. Why? Why don't they buy from you? What are they missing that stops them from buying from you? Maybe you don't have a guarantee. Maybe it's your price. Now, all of you are going to be different on pricing, so I want you to think about this for a minute. Lots of models work with pricing. Many of us, myself included, shop at Walmart. Okay, it's inexpensive. Then many people also shop at Neiman Marcus and Saks. You have a choice. You can be the price leader or you can be very low priced. In our business, we haven't chosen to be the highest price, but we certainly haven't chosen to be the lowest price. Each of us has well more than 30 years of experience, expertise. We have a proven program. It's zero cost. Therefore, as part of our core unique positioning statement, we differentiate by being a bit higher priced, yet guaranteeing results. So that's very different. We basically have no competitors. Now think about who's your niche. Who do you want to serve? Now you can't say everybody, okay? I know when I first started my business, I wanted anybody who had a credit card or a check. It's like, oh, I can help you. But I want you to get clear. We're going to differentiate. You're going to be different. Who is it you can really serve? Is it men? Is it women? White collar, blue collar, people that make under 50,000, people that make more than 500,000? Is it people who are struggling with their weight? Do they have back injury? And then the other piece of your core unique positioning statement is something that you do that offers huge value to people that nobody else does. And I mean giant value to people. Like the value is so great that people get really excited when they hear this. Now please don't say, well, my company has a lot of value. Because everybody says their company has a lot of value. So get specific. How are you valuable? What do you do that's different? We're zero cost, and we also do the implementation. Most consultants don't implement. So again, as you hear our core unique positioning statement, I'm trying to help you think about yours. I'm trying to help you get crystal clear on how to set yourself apart so nobody looks like you. I'm going to just share one of the best core unique positioning statements probably of all times. Domino's Pizza. They said something that nobody else had ever said. Fresh, hot pizza delivered to you in 30 minutes or less, guaranteed. Now, they knew who their ideal market was, college students who were hungry, studying late at night and went, I'm starved, I want something to eat now. So it's coming to them within 30 minutes. And they also did something nobody else had ever done. They guaranteed it. Could other pizza places have done the same thing? I bet they could have. What you want to come up with is a way to say it so you're different than everybody else, completely different than everybody else. And the other piece that I want to just mention is whatever your core unique positioning is, and we're going to get into this in more detail, you have to integrate that everywhere. It has to be in your word of mouth, it has to be in your signature file, it has to be on your blog, it has to be on Facebook, on Twitter, it has to be on your website, it must be everywhere. Because that's what makes you different. The final thing that you're going to need to do in creating your core unique positioning statement, and of course we can do this for you or you can follow the instructions today and get started on this yourself, is to absolutely check in with your customers. One of the biggest things that I found in coaching over 5,000 people and doing consulting work with thousands of clients is that people jump into a core unique positioning and they go, yeah, that's it, I've got one. You don't know unless you survey your customers, your past customers, your current customers, even your prospects, and you say, this is how I think I'm different. How do you think I'm different? How do you think my company is different? So I want you to make sure that you do a thorough survey as part of your play work. Linda?
Well, I'm glad you brought up the Domino's Pizza, Terri, because that's a really good one to remind people that they always have to stay on top of their core unique positioning statement as time goes on. Because while Domino's was very clear and they were very succinct in the message that they delivered, it wasn't all that long lasting for them. It didn't take too much time before their competition stepped up and started delivering pizza in 30 minutes as well. So they had to reinvent the wheel. So we always have to be on top of what it is that we're doing. This is not just a one-step process we're constantly sharpening the saw, so to speak, to make sure that we stay on top of what our customers need and what our competition is delivering. So I just want to bring that point to bear, that it's not just a one-time shot. You just don't do this once and you have it forever and ever. Another great core unique positioning statement that we're all aware of is lens crafters. Lens crafters, after doing research with the customers and their competition, knew that folks wanted to have their contacts and their eyeglasses quick, fast, and easy. They knew that that was a really important thing to their marketplace, and no one else was doing that. So they developed the core unique positioning statement. You'll have your glasses within an hour, approximately an hour. And that added absolutely phenomenally to their market share. Nordstrom's is another great one. If anyone's ever shopped at Nordstrom's, you know that Nordstrom's really prides itself on being a little more high-end. But of course, the service that they provide is par excellence. Nordstrom's and, say, the Ritz-Carlton are up in the same ranking in terms of making sure that their customers are 100% happy 100% of the time. If you ever order anything or purchase anything from Nordstrom's and it doesn't fit, you just don't like it, you return it. It doesn't say return within 15 days, return within 30 days. You just return it. And that's been a great selling point for them. So what I'd like people to do, those of you who took out your pen and your paper, I'd like to give you a little assignment. And we have to go fast, so we won't have a lot of time for you to figure this out. But start writing down all the things that you do particularly well. And then I'd like you to make a star beside those that you really know that you're able to deliver to your clients. And I also want you to start thinking about the word only. When Terri talked about our core unique positioning statement, we are the only zero-cost consulting company. The word only is a very powerful word. So think about what you do in your business that only you can do. Nobody else is doing it. You've researched what your clients want. You've researched what your competition is doing. And you've determined that you and only you provide this. And I want you to write down the sentence. I am the only company that, whatever that may be. For us, we are the only consulting company that is offering zero-cost consulting for you. And we are the only ones that have a proven done-for-you system. So look at it that way. Look at what you and only you can provide. That's very, very powerful. And I also want you to just keep making a list of what your competition is doing. Look for those voids. Look for the voids. Obviously, if you work with us, we look for them for you, but for you on your own, you'll have to research your competition, look for the voids, develop matrices or whatever works for you, and find out what that is that you and only you can fill. Terri?
That was awesome. Thank you. I love that word only. It's one of my favorite words. So now we want you to think about not only who you are, but who you can be. In other words, think about your industry and what void is not being filled. Let's go back to Domino's. Domino's said there's a void in the industry. Pizza doesn't typically get to people really fast. You know, you've got hungry people. They don't want to wait for their pizza. They want it right away. They want it quickly. They want it right in front of them. So Domino's said, let me think of something really smart that we can say really, really quickly and that we can do. That's a void in the industry. As the owner of your business, you are responsible for creating a core unique positioning statement. You're responsible for saying something that isn't vague about your quality. You're responsible for understanding why people need to do business with your company and no other company. In other words, if they don't go to you, they won't get their pizza in 30 minutes or less. You have to really think about what's missing in the industry that you're in. So Lindel and I, when we took a look at the consulting industry, we said, it's a little ridiculous. People shell out a lot of money for consulting. And there was an article in the Harvard Business Review several years ago that said 80% of consulting initiatives fail. And we went, people are spending a lot of money on consulting that doesn't work. We know our consulting works. We have a proven system. So when we were creating our core unique positioning statement, we looked at the industry and we said, there's a void. There's a lot of really hokey consulting going on out there, asking people to pay a lot of money and not giving them what they deserve. We don't want to be like anybody else. We are the only zero cost, and we guarantee to our clients, that we are going to do what we say we're going to do. So make sure, as you're creating your core unique positioning, that you can really perform it. Because your business will really hurt if you say, we guarantee X, Y, Z, and you can't do it. Don't say you're going to deliver something that you can't deliver. I want you to also begin to think about other core unique positioning statements you might have heard. There are so many out there that come up. One of my ones that I make fun of sometimes is the NyQuil one. The easy, the sneezy, breezy, whatever. Stop doing all that stuff at night medicine. It's a long, complicated thing to say, but people get it. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz, oh, what a relief it is. Alka-Seltzer. Some of you may not know that one. But I really want you to think about this. You may have the same products or services as another company. But here are the words I like to say. But we, whatever. Yes, they may provide X, but we, so in our case, we are zero cost consulting. We guarantee results. We have a proven system. We do the implementation. We know you're busy as the business owner. You don't have time. So what are the processes? What are the procedures that you do that nobody else does? Let me stop and pause for a minute. Or if they do them, they're not saying them. Go back to my Domino's example. All they did was say something that any pizza company probably could have done. They decided we're going to fill a void in the industry and we are going to say this. So I hope this gets you even more crystal clear on your core unique positioning statement. What we're giving you today is sort of a quick work in progress, and we're giving you enough tools and enough meat so that you can begin to do this on your own. Lindel, do you want to talk about maybe when they need more than one?
Yes, oftentimes a company does need more than one, or even if you don't need it, you may want it. One of the computer companies that we worked with, for example, has a core unique positioning statement that says, we will be lower priced on your computer by at least $100. So any computer that you find that you want to purchase, we'll be able to sell it to you for at least $100 less. Well, that's certainly an attention-getting statement. One would be interested in pursuing that. They also say that they're going to guarantee that they will be providing you with a lifetime guarantee for that computer. Well, knowing that it's going to be less expensive than the competition's, it's always going to be $100 less than the competition, and they're going to provide you with a lifetime guarantee. It's going to solidify the sale. So they get your attention with the first core unique positioning statement, but they make the sale with the second core unique positioning statement, and that really becomes powerful. Lots of times you'll work with, I'll give you an example from one of our clients who works in law. And primarily the focus of his law is around personal injury, but he also does real estate law. So in that circumstance, there's a need for two unique core unique positioning statements so that he can service both of his markets. We'll find that time and time again when an organization might have different purchasers, different vendors. There's one organization that we're working with now that actually has one population is a purchaser for the services that they render. The other population that they're marketing to are people who provide actually content that the people are purchasing. So you can see that there's a need in that particular industry, a really critical need, to have two core unique positioning statements. So don't tie yourself into the belief that I can only have one. And it's something that we run up against all the time. When we first start working with a client, they'll say, oh, but I do this, but then I do this. Well, if they're truly aligned businesses, if one needs to work with the other, that makes sense. We're not encouraging you to go out and have umpteen different business models that you're trying to feed at one time. We really want you to focus on one business at a time. But that business may very well require two core unique positioning statements, or like the computer company that I mentioned before, you might have a couple of, or even three core unique positioning statements, one that builds on the other, to ultimately not only get the attention of the consumer, get the intention, increase the need and desire, and then solidify the sale. So those are the kind of things that we look for as we're building your core unique positioning statement, which is absolutely the foundation for all of your marketing needs. And so we want you to, again, another little assignment for you is to look at the voids that, as Terri mentioned earlier and I mentioned, make a list of all of those voids that you see in the marketplace. Make a list of the voids that you hear when you're surveying your customers to find out what it is that they need, what could make their relationship with you stronger. What would they be looking for in your industry that maybe you've overlooked? And by all means, go back to the researching of your competition to find out what needs they're not filling, or what needs they're not filling well, that you, and again, only you can provide.
Great. Thank you so much. And I mentioned something a little bit earlier that I'll go back to, which is the word integration. And you must integrate this core unique positioning statement into everything. If you remember Domino's, I mean, they had it in their advertising, whether it was in print, was in the stores, it was on their cars, there was magnetic signs. They made sure that they used that core unique positioning statement and that it was seen as Domino's. If you saw a car go by that said pizza in 30 minutes or less, you went Domino's. So it's really important not only that you have this USP created, or what we call core unique positioning, and I will say USP once in a while for those of you, and I just had this today with a client who said, isn't this like a unique selling proposition? It is. However, what we want to get across to you that's really very different is it is your core uniqueness, that word only that Lindel has used. So while some of our clients have come to us and said, well, I already have a core unique positioning, we'll take a look at it and we'll say, you know, you have what is called in the industry unique selling proposition. And it's not that unique. In most cases, I could go substitute another company's name or go on the internet and find somebody who makes the same claims. So please remember that this has to be so unique, and that it has to be something that you use everywhere. Your advertising, your signature file, everything must state this over and over and over again. Whether you do any kind of yellow page ads, brochures, flyers, word of mouth, if you go to LaTip or Business Network International, it should include this. So I want you to be really clear that that core unique positioning, whatever it is, you begin to say it, you begin to breathe it. This is really what my company is all about. My company is the only company that XYZ, and you integrate that everywhere. Everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. And one quick pointer. Just take a moment and think about all the problems you might have in your business right now, currently. Like, what are your issues in business? Not enough clients, not enough income, not enough referrals, not enough leads, not a good database, people don't stay long enough, people are unhappy, people say you're too expensive. Take a moment and think about all of the problems that are plaguing you in your business. The reason that we're teaching you core unique positioning, and this is our way of giving back and helping others, is because just by doing this, doing a great job of a core unique positioning, you can increase your revenues 25% or more. Our clients do it all the time. 25% or more just with having a good core unique positioning. Now, we're giving you assignments, and we are going to give you more because this is not something you throw together in haste and go, ta-da, it's done. And this is the reason that I'll say many clients just engage us and say, you're the experts, you've done core unique positioning for thousands of companies, help me. If you want help, we'll be happy to help you. Right now, the focus is on getting your problem solved, whether it's leads, whether it's finances, whether it's retention. Core unique positioning is the place to start, and it will really make a difference. You've got to do the assignments that we're giving you. All right, Lindel.
Well, I just wanted to pick up on something that you said, and I guess, I don't know where this comes from, you know me, sometimes things just come to me. But many people will say, I think that it is too expensive. This is the foundation of your business. How can it be too expensive if you are really planning on growing your business? And so I would just say, this is your business. This is my success that I'm putting at stake here. And how important is that to me? What am I willing to give up to see my business succeed? And I go back to our core unique positioning statement. The only zero cost, so ultimately it is zero cost. We've worked hard to make sure that we can actually do what we say we'll do in our core unique positioning statement, and that's something that I really want you to think about. You need to make sure that when you're making these lists and you're developing your core unique positioning statement, that you can do it. You can't just put a core unique positioning statement out that sounds good, that looks good on paper. It won't work. You'll be dead in the water. So please take that to heart, that when you make those lists, when you are really sincere about developing your core unique positioning statement, make sure that it is something that you can deliver. That's absolutely critical.
Excellent. Thank you for that. Let's just talk a little bit about how you determine your core unique positioning. And this is something that we do with our clients. It's a 4-step process, and we're going to teach it to you so that you can do it yourself. The first is you should have a session with anybody that's on your team, whether you have full-time people, part-time, independent contractors, even virtual staff. And what we do in that session is we do a focus group to really start talking about, what do you see as unique and different? What do you see that the industry needs? What are your clients or customers or patients telling you that they want? What do you offer? What don't you offer? What are you passionate about? What can you offer? What haven't you said you offer? So it's a very detailed focus session. The second step is to go over a questionnaire with your customers and do a survey. Actually picking up the phone, calling customers, clients, patients, whatever you refer to them in your business, and asking questions. Because you may think, oh my gosh, I've come up with the greatest thing since sliced bread, and your customers really don't resonate with it. Okay? So you want to try it on. You want to say, hey, can I call you and can I spend 5 minutes with you on the phone? You're really important to me as a former customer or current customer, and I want to know why you think our business is different. Why did you select our business? What do you love about our business? What didn't you like about another business that's like ours? Okay, so get a lot of clarity when talking to your customers. Yes, all of this takes some work. It takes time, it takes work, it takes energy. This is your business, as Lindel said. If you're not serious about your business, you'll be out of business. 95% of those people who are joined with us right now will never make it to $1 million. In fact, it's more like 98.7. Okay? Very few people ever get to be $1 million business. And between 1 million and 5 million is even a smaller number of people. I know how to get you to 1 million. We know how to take you to 1 million and beyond. We've got testimonials tons and tons of times, having done this over and over again. The deal is, the people who get to 1 million know what they don't know. And they either invest with somebody like us who does the implementation for them and does it and tells them and proves it to them, or they do this themselves. Yes, it's going to take a lot of your time. Yes, it's going to take a lot of your energy. It's your choice. You've got business issues, you want to stay where you're at with the same kind of income, the same kind of clients, the same kind of turnover, whatever your issues are, you can stay there. We're giving you the chance to shift and change by implementing what we're teaching. So the third piece of determining your core unique positioning is to really look at all your competitors. Take your top 5, 10, 15 competitors and do a survey and find out, what are they doing differently? What are they saying? How do they look different? Why do people like them? What do their ads look like? Their yellow pages. If it's a store, go in and look at it. One of our clients who owns many tanning salons, we've gone in and we've looked at the tanning salons. And then we did competitive shopping and looked at other tanning salons. So how are you really different? Yes, again, this takes time, but you want to create almost a matrix of all your competitors and yourself to see that differentiation. You might say, we're really different because we're open till 9 o'clock, and then you might find that so are 10 of your competitors. It's not a big deal. So you have to make sure you do this competitive analysis. And then the final step here in determining and really uncovering your core unique positioning is coming up with some kind of a piece that you can give people that states this. Whether you print it, whether it goes on business cards, or all of those things, it's got to be written out. It's got to be the written word. And everybody in your company, everybody in your organization should have this written word, should have it memorized, should just know it perfectly and intently. And if we walked around in your company, which we do for our clients, or we called, everybody should be saying the exact same thing. Every single person gets on board with this and says the exact same thing. So it's also in languaging it. Are we languaging it the same? If you owned, let's say, a bowling center and you said, we have the best bowling center. Well, obviously we'd say, why? How are you different from other bowling centers? How are you now taking that core unique positioning and putting it everywhere? Okay? How are you making sure that whatever that core unique positioning is, it's used and used and used and stated and stated and stated? I'm going to breathe for a minute. Go ahead, Lindel.
I just want to say something. I have to, I'm thinking about people who are networking for their business. And so often you may be a member of a Chamber of Commerce, you may be a member of a Leads group or Rotary or any number of different organizations. And think about what you're saying to people when you're at these events and you're meeting someone new. When someone says to you, hi, I'm so-and-so, and you introduce yourself, and they say to you, what do you do? What do you say? I hope you're not giving them your title. I hope you're not saying, I'm the executive director of Terri Levine's Business Growth System, because people would say, what does that mean? That means nothing to them. But if I would say to you, I provide the only zero-cost consulting system that will help you increase sales, increase cash flow, and increase profits, wouldn't that be more compelling for you to say, well, tell me more? And that's what you want for your potential customers, your potential clients. That person that you're speaking to may not be the right prospect for you, but they may know someone. And if you're the blah, 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 we're not our titles. We're really who we are in providing benefits to other people. We have to talk about the benefits. And that's what is really critical, a critical part of your core unique positioning statement. So you need to be thinking about that. I've been in workshops that I have delivered where I go around the tables and I say, tell me what you do. And these are quite successful business people. And they're like, what I do? We think about who we are. Think about what you do and think about what you're providing. Because that's what the listener wants to hear. Everybody's listening to that channel WIIFM, what's in it for me? So you have to deliver that answer to what's in it for me.
Outstanding. Thank you. So we've given you a lot of information, and I want to say this to you. We really are not here to sell you anything. This is really a way of giving back. We decided to take time out of our busy schedules. I'm sure you heard phones ringing and people coming into our offices. We're both very busy, but we really felt this was important as a way of giving back to other business owners. People have been great to us. We want to be great to others and pay it forward. We don't know if we can help you or we can help you. We know that our process and our system that we just taught you will work for all of you 100%, and we guarantee it if you do the work. But whether or not you're supposed to work with us, we're supposed to work with you, we really have no idea. None whatsoever. We have zero attachment to any outcome, and we're just going to say to you, if it feels to you like you might want to have a conversation, let us do a phone assessment, completely confidential. There can't be any strings attached because neither of us knows if it's a fit. We'll find out more about your business, answer any questions that remain, because most people leave this conversation and start to do the work on the cups and they say, I have questions about the assignments, or what about this? We'll spend a little bit of time with you. We'll gift you some phone time. And you know what? We'll have a conversation. That's all it is, a Q&A, a conversation. If we think we can help you, we'll tell you. If we think we can't, we'll tell you that too. If you want our help, awesome. If not, take what we taught you and do it on your own. Very simple way to arrange a no obligation, no strings Q&A with us. And when I say it's low hype, easy breezy, we're having a conversation just like we're going to have on the phone. We're just friendly people who want to help more business owners, and we're not attached to anything whatsoever. So if you want to chat with us, we're open to chat with you. Go to thebusinessgrowthsystem.com. So it's www.thebusinessgrowthsystem.com. Make sure you put thebusinessgrowthsystem.com. And you will see, you can't miss this, it'll say start here. Very simple, just click on start here. And that gives us the ability to have a conversation, a nice phone call, a Q&A, get some of our time as our gift to you, and really answer any questions that you might have. Our goal is to build relationships, friendships, know more business people, and help more business people. Anything you'd like to add, Lindel?
No, I think you said it well, Terri. We're looking forward to helping all those that need and want our help, and we're just passionate about doing that. That's what, as people say, floats our boat, so to speak, and we hope that we can help you.
Great. So just head over to thebusinessgrowthsystem.com, click on Start Here, and please know that we're just excited to have conversations, Q&As, about anything that we've discussed today. As you can tell, we love talking about this stuff. We're happy to help. So let us know. Go ahead and click on that, and we'll get with you. We'll do an assessment call, and again, we'll serve you. Thebusinessgrowthsystem.com. Lindel James, thank you for joining me. This is Terri Levine saying bye for now.
Bye-bye.